Good morning. My name is Don Banton. Welcome to Pleasant Street United Methodist Church and anyone else who might be listening to this message. I'd like to read from the New Old Testament book of Psalms, Psalm number 139. And this is taken from the Bible interpretation called The Message. Psalm 139. God, investigate my life. Get all the facts firsthand. I'm an open book to you, even from a distance. You know what I'm thinking. You know when I leave and when I get back. I'm never out of your sight. You know everything I'm going to say before I start the first sentence. I look behind me and you are there. Then up ahead and you are there too. Your reassuring presence coming and going. This is too much. Too wonderful. I can't take it all in. Is there any place I can go to avoid your spirit? To be out of your sight? If I climb to the sky, you are there. If I go underground, you are there. If I flew on morning's wings to the far western horizon, you would find me in a minute. You are already waiting. Then I said to myself, oh God, even sees me in the dark. At night I'm immersed in the light. It's a fact, darkness and light, they are all the same to you. Oh yes, you shaped me first inside, then out. You formed me in my mother's womb. I thank you, high God. You are breathtaking. Body and soul, I am marvelously made. I worship in adoration. What a creation. You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit. How I was sculpted from nothing into something. Like an open book, you watched me grow from conception to birth. All the stages of my life were spread out before you. The days of my life all prepared before I even lived one day. Your thoughts, how rare, how beautiful. God, I'll never comprehend them. I couldn't even begin to count them, any more than I could count the sand of the sea. Oh, let me rise in the morning and live always with you. Isn't that a wonderful reading? How does this reading speak to me during this 2020 pandemic? I'm going to take you through the psalm a little bit at a time, while I explain how I think the psalm speaks to us during this pandemic. We are living a life, as the psalmist says, from a distance. Yes, we need to stay 6 feet away from each other when we go out into the community. The psalmist tells us that we are an open book to God. Even from a distance, God knows what we are thinking. Even from a distance, God knows what I am thinking. We do not enjoy staying isolated, and sometimes we feel at a distance from God. But the psalmist says that we are never out of God's sight, and God knows what we are going to say before we start the first sentence. We wonder where God is during this pandemic. I have wondered where God is during this pandemic. Where is God? What does Psalm 139 say about the presence of God? David, the psalmist, says that God's reassuring presence is coming and going. God is with us always. God is with me always. God is with me when I am shut up in my house and when I am shut up within myself. But is this too much to handle? Psalm 139 asks us if God is too much, too wonderful. We can't take it. Do we feel like hiding from God? Can we hide from God while staying home? No. God will find us. God is always waiting for us. Even when we feel like we can't find God. Yes, God even finds us in the dark. Are we feeling separated from God? Are you feeling separated from God? Do we feel like God doesn't know us? Do you feel like God doesn't know you? Listen carefully to these words from Psalm 139. God watched each one of us grow from conception to birth. God prepared our lives even before we lived one day. God prepared our lives before we lived one day. Thank you.